Before I begin, it is critical if you subscribe to this channel that you subscribe to my primary channel as well and my tertiary channel, those being Anomaly Inc. and Anomaly Rants. The latter of which I was about to delete, to be honest, because I started this channel for my gaming content, but thankfully I didn't due to recent events. As you can see here, my channel has been hit with 2 false copyright strikes from Naughty Dog and Sony, but most curiously, a third-party company they have hired to false flag videos and censor people on their behalf called Muso. So fuck those 3 companies. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to both my other channels after you are done here, and if you do like my content, because I can't predict what exactly is going to happen after posting this, but one thing is certain, Naughty Dog have dug their own grave, and I'm going to keep on burying them, be it on one channel or another, because now it's a matter of principle. Anyway, this video is essentially an updated and more, shall we say, poetic version of the previous 2 videos, as you will soon see, which I had uploaded regarding the controversy surrounding The Last of Us 2, Naughty Dog, and its head of development, before they were swiftly taken down by Muso. So let's double down and kick the shit out of this hornet's nest as hard as we can. Once there was a man called Neil Druckmann. He led a development team called Naughty Dog, once known for making amazing single-player experiences, from the early days of Nathan Drake's adventures in Uncharted, to the bleak and horrific adventures of Joel and Ellie in The Last of Us. Naughty Dog was a respected developer who got along just fine when they put the consumers and the fans first above all else. Then along came the capital of all capital feminazis named Anita Sarkeesian, best known for her work on vanquishing the patriarchy on the worldwide comedy phenomenon known as feminist frequency. Neil Druckmann decided he no longer liked making money or having the respect of his fanbase. He also realized that he no longer wanted his penis or testicles. So he made a pact with Anita to purge the patriarchy of white males and to make sure that story and fan loyalty and paying his own staff shouldn't be prioritized above diversity and LGBT representation. So Neil Druckmann bent the knee, or rather he bent over and spread his cheeks while Anita strapped a fat dildo on herself to begin his transformation into the dreaded creature known as the beta male that plagues this planet. After days of Anita plowing him in the arse mercilessly, Neil thought he had completed his transformation. But alas, Anita felt he could still come back to the light, and that he still, maybe, perhaps, had a functioning brain cell in that empty head of his that would once again allow logic to slip back into Neil's mind. And so she took Neil and locked him in the hyperbolic bitch chamber and purged what remained of any possible alpha tendencies he may have had. Not that there was much there to begin with. Eventually, Neil Druckmann grew to embrace the beta, putting into practice all that Anita had taught him without her supervision, though Neil still claimed she was with him in spirit. He would think of the slice of Anita's hacksaw and his testicles dropping from his body. He had emerged from the hyperbolic bitch chamber reborn as none other than Neil Cuckman. Neil Cuckman went back to Naughty Dog to begin creating The Last of Us Part 2. But instead of making a sequel worthy of the franchise's name and worthy of its loyal fanbase's $60 purchase, he decided to overhaul the entire story, to instead center it around characters that none of the developers or the fanbase cared about in the slightest, in order to preach to the loud and obnoxious vocal minority of politically obsessed whack jobs on Twitter. Anyone male at Naughty Dog who hadn't converted to the Church of Anita and still had their testicles firmly intact was swiftly let go, and Neil Cuckman brought in some of Anita's disciples to further burn this game to the ground. Neil essentially kept the rest of the staff hostage, forcing them to work 24-hour shifts and holding back wages until the game's release. And of course until after the loyal fanbase of The Last of Us Part 2, who had waited years for this release, had already paid their hard-earned money for this piece of crap product. However, fed up with Neil Cuckman's bullshit, one alpha in disguise decided to escape the company known as Naughty Dog, which it was known as before adopting the title of Anita's cum freezer. And this wonderful alpha male leaked the crucial plot details and spoilers of The Last of Us 2 onto the internet, busting the woke agenda of Neil Cuckman and the rest of the SJWs working at Anita's cum freezer right open. The Last of Us Part 2 was ruined, and the fan base was not happy. Many YouTubers, myself included, took to the internet to voice our outrage at the horrid business practices of Anita's cum freezer. Some of us, myself included, weren't even fans of The Last of Us, but we were still outraged as gamers and as consumers at this terrible, terrible direction which The Last of Us 2 had gone in. The practices undertaken by Anita's cum freezer and Neil Cuckman and Sony helps absolutely no one. Not PS4 players, not consumers, and not gamers as a whole. YouTube videos were made and swiftly taken down at the demand of Anita's cum freezer and Sony through the third-party fraudulent claimer because Musso also converted to the Church of Anita and swiftly had their testicles removed. And many YouTube content creators, myself included, have been struck down and our channels threatened simply for exercising free speech. But Anita's cum freezer has still failed to realize that this has done nothing but made their predicament even worse. And most amusingly, Neil Cuckman posted a video groveling for the fans of The Last of Us to patiently wait for the release and pay their money accordingly, because regardless of spoilers, the only way to experience the game is to play the game, after they had spent their money, of course. Neil Cuckman, blinded by the dark side of Anita's dildo, failed to address any of the backlash, pretending it did not exist, and so that hilariously stupid video was disliked to hell, and Anita's cum freezer have made yet another jackass of themselves for all to see. So let me close this video by being frank. Do not support Neil Cuckman, do not support The Last of Us Part 2. Do not support Sony and do not support Naughty Dog. This goes beyond the console war bullshit or franchise adoration. These practices are indefensible. This is blatant fraud, breaking the law. And if the leaks are to be believed, a complete disregard of The Last of Us's own fanbase. Maybe with just the leaks, Naughty Dog could have possibly made a bounce back. They would have gotten bad reviews, that's to be sure, but maybe they could have course corrected for the next installment, assuming there was going to be one. But they've crossed a serious line here, silencing free speech, censoring and threatening people's livelihoods, besides that of their very own staff, mind you. They are deceiving consumers, abusing YouTube's creators and their own staff of developers, all to protect this woke agenda abortion of a narrative that Neil Cuckman decided to throw together, ruining the platform of The Last of Us to do nothing but preach an obnoxious political agenda. Fuck Neil Cuckman, fuck Sony, fuck Naughty Dog, and rest in peace, The Last of Us Part 2. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Don't forget to check out those other channels. This video will likely be flagged down, falsely mind you. As you can see, there is nothing in this video that violates fair use. I also have a Discord for this channel as well. Make sure to go there because notifications and news regarding this development will be put there and regarding this channel as well. Thank you all so very much for your time. Stay safe out there.